love because it applies to so many people, which is someone told him about an event that Bloom would not be attending, and his response was, oh, Bloom's not going. Oh, cool, I could win then.
Yep.
Which is not only a testament to Bloom's skill, but also just a testament to Luugi and how just fundamentally they understand the social dynamics of this top 8 as we get on into it. Are you ready for some nonsense smart? Because I'm feeling pretty goofy
Here
right
we go. Yeah, the two goofiest characters in this entire game, and they're not even owned by Disney. Here we go. Luugi versus MazeBeans. We are getting started already, and immediately you'd think that Steve, one of those characters that is the type to put on a lot of explosive damage very quickly.
Glad you used the word explosive.
Yeah, absolutely, good timing, but you know, Luigi just coming out here and saying, hey, I was doing it first. And there we go, the taunt animation coming out as well.
If I can break down that monumental 15 seconds. So what's great about this matchup is that Luigi has a fire projectile. And as we all know, fire detonates TNT very early, which means that MazeBeans can't use that so haphazardly. Meanwhile, Luugi is also destroying the crafting table immediately, planking on him, which is immediately returned by a fantastic dick from MazeBeans. Just the gentleman's game.
Oh, and the misfire as well. What is happening in this set? This is... When we said this was going to be a goofy set, we really meant it.
You really got to go a mile a minute. Not too many minecarts left on the board as MazeBeans does replenish their health. You can see already they are hesitating with that TNT. You've got to force him off stage, or you've got to hide it behind something. You've got to shield it right there as another TNT comes out, trying to find the falling anvil. Fantastic stuff. He does cover the roll with that. But that is your iron gone. Buddy, you've got no resources. You're smacking him around with a bit of wood right there, buddy.
And this is actually one of the most interesting things about MazeBeans Steve, actually. He's the type of person that will actually make the stone blocks. A lot of Steves do typically like to keep hold of their stones, you know, just obviously for the minecarts, you know, anything, you know. Sorry, not stone, the iron. But for some reason, MazeBeans likes building those blocks just to make them a bit stronger so they're a bit more unexpected when things like the TNT or the anvil do drop down.
And my favorite thing about MazeBeans is kind of like, you know, it's a big part of Steve's conversation, which is how you manage your iron, because it's such a fantastic resource. And MazeBeans is the type of person who will utilize it fantastically, and then suddenly he'll just throw it away so he can use a minecart so he can get back to stage and build a knob faster.
It's exactly that, yeah.
They can do it all, folks, as Luugi is leading this set very convincingly right now. 83, Buddy is off stage. Let's see if we can get falling anvil. Goes to the block, instead goes to the down smash. Is punished, though. Can we get a 0 to death? What a fantastic string from Luugi, but doesn't quite get the forward air coming out either.
And this is absolutely it. The scary thing about Luigi is that even if he gets the grab at 0, he doesn't necessarily need to go for the 0 to death, because that one grab is still going to lead into an absolute metric ton of damage. And that's exactly what we saw there. He's got that one grab. Instead of going for a 0 to death, just getting a 70%. And MazeBeans now almost being lapped. And in fact, not just being lapped, you are dead, you are gone.
That was very convincing from Luugi. Hey, if you live in the madness constantly, a couple of blocks and a little bit of haphazardry is not going to phase you. That's every day, bro. He wakes up like that, Smar. It doesn't challenge him.
It absolutely doesn't, yeah. Luugi just really just showing complete comfort throughout that entire game, actually. It was very explosive between the two, but Luugi just showing throughout the entire time that, yeah, I'm quite happy with all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. As we move on into that second game, obviously you can never count Steve out. You can never count Luigi out, obviously. So we are going to see if Luugi can clean this up nice and smooth, or if MazeBeans is going to make things a bit jagged, a bit, shall I say, block-like smart.
Okay, and I think we are having a bit of technical difficulty there. Oh, I think they might be potentially doing a bit of a button check. Potentially, I think something on MazeBeans' end.
As we just take a little sword out, see what's going on here. Fantastic stuff.
Okay, well, it looks like we are getting started. I think it was potentially just a headphone issue on MazeBeans' end, and production confirming that for us as well.
What an opener from little Luugi as he falls almost to his death. Immediately messes up the tempo with that jab, though. Looks like he's not too happy about that one. Going to send him all the way out. Not going to finish with an up B, instead finishing with the back air, which is a fantastic mix-up, because that's definitely what Maze was expecting.
Just absolutely ridiculous how much damage that was able to put out. Just a string of up air into up air into up air into that back air.
Tries to go for a shield break.
Oh, and look, it's so close as well. That shield really just diminishing. More anvils coming as well. Actually being stopped by the block there.
Moving on out here.
Suddenly, things have just been evened up between these two.
Forced off once again. The Elytra manages to glide. Fancy footwork there from the young Scottish player. As the TNT is ready, he's coming through the door! Help! As he sends the bomb squad in. Looks like we can't make it all the way. As another TNT being a lot more haphazard. Maybe MazeBeans is starting to embrace the chaos as well.
And this is actually something we did touch on in game 1. But obviously Luigi having that useful projectile there. Oh, beautiful tech. But Luigi having that projectile where he's able to just push the TNT away is so useful. And we really just saw another misfire, didn't we?
We really did.
We really just saw another one.
When I tell you we are...
This is game 2.
Take the suits off. Cancel the business meeting. I don't care if you've got a meal deal. Just slap some olives together because we are in crazy town. We don't care. It's nonsense time. It's time for a bit of goofery, sir. Let's move on in. Looks like Luigi still suffering at the hands of that opener. MazeBeans buying himself a little bit of space as well. Forcing him up. The minecart is cancelled, and now Luigi's got himself a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, this is looking quite nice for MazeBeans here. Again, a good amount of damage, but we know exactly how quickly things can even up. The anvil coming out. Luugi does not have a jump, and he's not able to make it back. He was trying to use that up B on MazeBeans there, but unfortunately just not going to be enough.
All of a sudden, looks like MazeBeans is back in business, baby, as we send him out. There's a couple of blocks really messing him up there. Going to force out a bit of an approach as well. A couple of anvils, bit of mining. There's a diamond on the board.
Okay, and just mashing away at those blocks to break them. Of course, Luigi having an extremely quick move, which does just destroy them instantly.
Oh, what a mix-up, sir! Elytra into the ground, treating it like it's a Pikachu quick attack into the up smash. What you doing up there, Luugi? Come down here. I've got a bit of fucking business for you, sir. Sends him out with the piston as well. Going to see if we can find another misfire. They just keep coming through.
Yeah, and Luugi trying to get something going here, but MazeBeans definitely holding the reins. He is in full control right now and just waiting to find a partner here.
Clashes!
The block is just going to be enough to interrupt Luugi's recovery, and he can only helplessly fall to his death there.
You eat that meat, sir, you've earned it, as we move into game 3. Definitely a lot less control from Luugi there. Although, to be fair, control sounds a little, interesting from what we've just witnessed. But I just want to clarify, I by no means mean that this is, unskilled or anything. This is insanely good. What these two players are doing, they are living inside each other's heads. And it really does, it brings me back to a little bit of a quote I got from a friend of mine from a UK, catalyst themselves from Minimo, who told me one of the best pieces of advice I was ever given was that just focus on neutral. Your advantage does not matter if you can win neutral.
Absolutely.
And that is what Bloom Forever lives by, a very close training partner of Luugi. And this is why we're not seeing those kind of standard, all right, I'm going to hang around at 0, I'm going to get you in a 0 to death, one chance, I've got it. Because it doesn't matter, because Luugi is so free flow, he's so willing to just win neutral that they really don't need it. It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing, because these two are so quick at each other. They are more than happy just to run at each other, until something hits. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, because this, as you say, if you are able to win neutral, you are able to gain advantage. And both these characters get so much mileage off being an advantage. So it absolutely benefits both these players just to go full force aggression in.
Yeah, good challenge from Luugi there, trying to punish the stone sword. Makes himself up with a couple of blocks. Not falling to his death this time. Fantastic response from MazeBeans right there as he forces him up. Can't find a spike. Air dodges nice and deep. But instead, looks like Luugi is going to make it back safely. Going to eat a bit of a trade there. He does come out on top. There's the spike. And these two just clashing, Smart.
Oh, and another down air to send the Steve plummeting into the abyss below. But MazeBeans going right down there as well to try and meet them. And again, even despite being that stock down, you see MazeBeans once again just going a bit more on the aggression.
I like dropping the crafting table to its demise there as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and just obviously just following Steve along there, but MazeBeans still swinging away, getting a bit more resources going just while he waits for Luugi to come back. He knows he's not going to be able to do too much to Luigi off stage, so just using the time actually just get more resources going.
Oh, can we see a bit of Minecraft trickery? Does not need it. And fair play with that trap. I don't know if MazeBeans even meant it, but he basically just cut off the entirety of the floor. He forced Luugi to either commit a jump or go for an option fast falling through the platform, which means he's really just dead in any way. If he jumps, he's going to be forced further into disadvantage, and if he stays there or drops down, he's just going to eat an up smash. Speaking of eating, though, looks like Luugi is suffering a little bit of his own tech back onto the platform. Yeah,
and it's quite funny, actually, how we mentioned how quick a lot of these games have been, but actually this one in comparison being a little bit slower here, where both players are actually just trying to pick and choose their moments. Finally, and as we say, Luugi just finding that one grab, getting the kill off it, choosing that moment where to get going, and now it begins. The grab comes out, can't find the second one, but he gets the second one anyway, but not going to find a kill just yet. Just 57%.
Just
damage,
a cheeky 50. On out, looks like we've got a little bit of mining to do, and the pressure from Luugi is what is really winning them this. They are holding forward so consistently, which is good because he's Luigi, so he should. But it means that MazeBeans just doesn't have a lot of time to make the strongest tools. He's got to just commit to the fact that he's not going to be making anything until he hits diamond, which is a stressful situation to be in. And in the blink of an eye, it looks like Luugi has eclipsed MazeBeans. Not looking too good. What? How much?
What?
Great.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's just go to game. Just go to game 4.
He's bloodied and beaten, but the psychic damage is done.
Just go to game 4. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this now.
Honestly, I think standing there menacingly might be my favorite subgenre of kills in Smash Brothers.
He just literally stood there and just waited. And Luugi didn't do anything either because he thought he was dead. And yeah, fair play. I think anyone would assume they were dead in that situation. But
yo, did he just walk up and do nothing?
And do absolutely nothing. Give us nothing, Queen.
That's what I am talking about. As here we go. Luugi looking to bring it home. The GCSEs have been defeated. And MazeBeans looking to join him if he doesn't come up with a plan righty soon.
Okay, Mario Kart Wii music is out. Luugi is bopping away once again. And we know exactly when Luugi is in the zone, when he is feeling it, that is the scariest time to be facing him.
Honestly,
you definitely do not want to be facing a momentum-based Luugi.
Slenderman, the Chupacabra, SCP-173, nothing compared to Luugi doing a little dance. And nothing scarier.
Like that already, barely 30 seconds into the game, taking that first stock away. Luugi looking really, really nice here in this game. MazeBeans just trying to find something, but actually, Luugi just not really allowing them to get many big hits.
What a drop there. That was filthy. It got like 2%, but it was pretty cool looking there as a spike comes down himself. No misfire this time. What a fantastic free flow string from MazeBeans there.
Absolutely. Falling out of the up smash, but still being able to react to that as well was absolutely incredible from MazeBeans there.
And I love this MazeBeans strat, forcing the TNT so you can't roll in, dropping an anvil so you got to retreat, and finding a spike, missing a tech. There's no misfire for you there, sir. Looks like those 9 lives are slowly running out. But still, don't get it twisted. Luugi's still definitely in the driver's seat.
Absolutely, but this combo is looking really, really scary here as MazeBeans suddenly finding a lot of momentum in this game. The TNT coming out as well. And that is going to be scary if Luugi is in that area when it goes off. But it's actually MazeBeans that narrowly avoids being blown up by it.
There's the One Punch Man death effects right there. Christ, as a little bit of a scramble. Looks like MazeBeans is able to make his way out. Got a diamond in the bank. But is he going to cash it in? And does he even have the time? There's no way he can get back to that crafting table. Luugi demolishing it with those tilts. Finally a use for that thing, as MazeBeans trying desperately to score himself, and he's just smacking down blocks. Luckily the Halo invincibility is going to give him the time, but Luugi looking to run away with it, Smart.
The one more stock chants are coming out from the East of England crowd, and it is starting to really pay off here. MazeBeans are at triple digits. Luugi still hanging on to 2 stocks. This is scary right now for Scotland's favourite Steve, and it's not going to be enough as Luugi takes down MazeBeans, moves on into winners finals.
The crowd erupts. The EOE child has found it, and genuinely,
you can just see him doing marathons.
Luugi did a lap around the audience area, ran back, then fist bumped MazeBeans, and then ran back